I think we're seeing a resurgence of interest in downtowns.
The heart of Fort Wayne continues to change rapidly as downtown development spurs even more projects. Good evening, I'm Brett Thomas.
And I'm Heather Herron. Much of the work is part of Mayor Tom Henry's long-term vision for the city. News Channel 15's Chris Darby joins us live downtown with a special report.
Hey, Brett and Heather. Yeah, over the next few weeks, we're going to be giving you some unique views of downtown Fort Wayne. And this week, we're kicking off with a view from the top. We're going to check in with Mayor Tom Henry and see what his vision is like for downtown development in Fort Wayne. In fact, just a bit ago, I caught up with him 26 floors above the city in the Empyrean.
As you look out, you can see what has happened and what is going to be happening over the next several years.
Cranes and construction signify the change happening downtown. Current and past projects are inspiring developers of future work to get a piece of the action here.
The downtown is the heart of any city, and as potential employers look at communities, they want to see a downtown that's active and that has lots of people and has all kinds of offerings, whether it's sports or theater or restaurants. They want to make sure that there's a life downtown.
Coming to life downtown is the Riverfront project. I walked through the construction area with the mayor to check in on the work. The pavilion, which will host events year-round, is now visible to all who pass by. Also happening right now, construction on the north side of the river. It's where the tree canopy and new dock will be built. And soon, work will begin on a mixed-use development along Harrison Street. I was there at the Grand Wayne Center when we kind of revealed what could happen here. What's that process been like from start to finish to get to where we are now?
Actually, the park department has worked extremely hard getting all the permits, getting all of the construction companies lined up, putting all the timing together. So there's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes. But if you talk to any of them, it's also been a lot of fun to be able to see a river that for years was a real detriment to our community, that caused millions of dollars worth of damage and displaced so many businesses and homes. Now to be able to take that and literally turn it around and make it an asset, make it a drawing place for people downtown. It's really a transformation that's been really a lot of fun to watch.
While work is happening on the first phase right now, planning is underway already on the second.
Phase 2 will go from that bridge, down towards Headwaters Park, down towards the Martin Luther King Bridge in that area. And then this phase 2 will go around the bend to the next bridge.
That second phase will focus on private investments, attracting businesses to the area. The mayor expects to see a transformation of sorts along Superior Street. Discussions happening right now to move the county corrections offices. And long-running community business Nowak Supply also expected to move for the project. The owners working with the city on a deal. Then there's the rescue mission. The staff there still raising money for their big move. The mayor tells me several developers have officially submitted their interest in the second phase.
I think this is probably a 7 to 10 year project altogether. But the nice thing is we do have a strategic plan in place. We do have a funding plan in place. Again, phase 1's already been funded, and now we're looking at the beginning of phase 2, which is not going to take place for a couple of years, but we want to start it now so we can continue the flow.
There have, of course, been concerns over water quality. The mayor telling me the city saw billions of gallons of raw sewage dumped into the river in the 1950s and 60s. The new Deep Rock Tunnel project expected to fix that, eliminating some 90% of the sewage. And speaking of environmental concerns, after debate over the investment, the city is moving forward on developing that North River property. What do you make of this? What do you hope to see here on this land?
You know, that's a good question. We did send out a request for qualifications from individuals, from companies who might be interested in taking a look at it. And we did get 4 responses, and we decided to interview all 4, and each one is bringing something different to the table. So it's going to be a real interesting interviewing process to see what they want to do as far as developing this 30 acres.
Those potential projects could include Headwaters Junction, that much talked about railroad museum and event space. There's also IU Health's vision of new medical facilities. What can you say to reassure people that this empty piece of land is going to mean so much more down the road?
That psychology of first impression means so much to a community. So if someone's coming into our city for the first time and they see something wonderful here as far as an addition to our community, that can do nothing but speak volumes for our investment.
And downtown is changing right before our eyes, with new buildings complete and opening for business, construction underway on others, and plans in place for more to come.
Well, I think that cities have to constantly be on the move. They have to have an evolutionary type of process in place. Cities have to keep moving, because in today's competitive environment, if your city's not moving, then you're going backwards. And so we have to keep asking for new, innovative, creative ideas, whether it's a piece of property like this or Electric Works, which is another massive undertaking that we're looking at. All of that has to be in play. Otherwise, other communities will pass us by.
My thanks again for the Empyrean for those awesome views up there on top of the 26th floor. Now we'll continue this special series about downtown Fort Wayne next week with more and more people moving down here to live in downtown Fort Wayne. We want to know what life is really like, what's good, what's bad, what could be changed, all of that. We're going to talk to a couple people who live and work in downtown Fort Wayne. For now, live downtown, Chris Darby, News Channel 15.